Considered one of America's fastest rising heavyweight stars, Lawrence native Alexis Santos has a stellar record of 13-1. Now, that loss coming in his most recent fight where, unfortunately, due to a first-round knee injury, he could not continue and lost by technical knockout to Daniel the Mountain Martz. Now, Santos is still looking to become NABF junior heavyweight champion, as I believe he certainly deserves a rematch against Martz. Now, Santos is a proud Laurentian who says he needs the support of his city now more than ever. And even Lawrence Mayor Dan Rivera told me the other day he is a big fan and called him one of Lawrence's best-kept secrets. Joined by his trainer, Sean Farley, we warmly welcome both Sean and Alexis to the program. Buenos dias. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you guys
for having us.
I want to start right by going right into it. You had a great record. You were so excited, and the injury happens. You know, it's a big fight. It was at the House of Blues. It was on Fox Sports 1. Watching it on, how did you feel? I mean, you demonstrated such a heart of champion. You wanted to keep going.
Well, it's hard to put it all into words because I've been fighting for about 11 years now, so everything I've been working up to has been for this day, and beyond this day, actually. I wanted to reach further, but this was a huge stepping stone for me. So for me to come down with an injury in the first round, had it been like in the 5th and the 6th round, that's something different, but it happened to me in the first round. Here I am, and I'm thinking to myself, Jesus, I know I'm hurt, but I can't lose like this. So I wanted to try to fight through it, but I had an ACL tear, and I believe I had damage to my meniscus as well, and I sprained my MCL. So it was a pretty bad hit in the first round.
Yeah, but you know what? I want to get something that Sean, we were talking, but ironically enough, and you've been training him since what, 7th, 8th grade, right?
Yeah, since he was 12 or 13, he was in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
When I started training him.
Yeah, I sense that. In the face of adversity, you probably never felt prouder of him because he showed the heart of a champion. I mean, I was suffering through it because he couldn't get any power. I mean, you could tell he couldn't put any weight on there.
And absolutely, this is all of his triumphs, even though we didn't get the win. The heart he displayed. I mean, a torn ACL, you see NFL football players fall down on the spot and not move, get carried off on a stretcher. He fought heroically for 2.5 more rounds. And I made the decision to stop the fight, not because of any punishment he was taking, but rather because I didn't want the injury to get any worse than it was. He'd have kept fighting. I mean, that simple. He'd have kept going.
Yeah,
I had to step in and stop the fight.
Yeah. For those who've never seen him fight, okay, how would you describe his style of fighting? I mean, I've seen it, and I agree with your assessment.
I would actually, for those who have never seen him, I would say it's kind of a cross between Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. He's not, you know, Daniel Martz is what you call a modern-day heavyweight. He's 6'7", 255 pounds. Alexis is 6'1", 6'1", 220 somewhat pounds. And like Tyson, he's very explosive in punches and dynamic combination. But like Holyfield, sometimes he options to box a little bit. Right. But the minute he gets challenged, he's a fighter at heart. Yeah. So I would say it's kind of a combination of the two.
Yeah. I mean, I saw some of the quotes. How has you had about over 200 people there, right? House of Blues.
We sold about close to 200 tickets, plus not counting the people that actually walk-ups, plus people that bought tickets offline. What is it, Ticketmaster or something like that?
So you really had the city of Lawrence behind you, and you said that's very important for you, right?
Well, it gives you strength to know that the people that you know, live in the same city that you grew up in. I have a saying that, you know what I mean, I am a product of my environment. This is all I know, Lawrence. I was born and raised in Lawrence, so I feel that every time I step in the ring, I represent them. And so for them to actually take the time and acknowledge me and come out to support me, that makes me feel good, and it makes me fight harder.
Yeah. And you've been getting a lot of press. I want to put up a couple of pictures. There's one picture that I absolutely love. I mean, I actually stole it off your Facebook. That's the one. I took that off your Facebook. That just says it. Who was that?
That's out in Elizabeth, Indiana. I believe his name is Jason Hartman. We knocked him out in 28 seconds.
28 seconds.
That's including the count.
Yeah.
So.
It was 18 seconds.
Yeah. Now, who is this guy? This other box on the right. Yeah.
That's one of the two men to have gone the distance with them. That's Kevin Franklin.
Okay.
That's at the Royale nightclub.
Yeah, I like the little Dominican flag on the trunks there, representing. And there's probably one of the fights you just, you know, being declared a winner there. And then we have a little surprise coming up a little bit. Well, I like that, you know, little press. I saw you in El Mundo, and I saw this little piece up in the Eagle Tribune. Yep.
Funny story about that fight. That fight never happened because the opponent when he took his shirt off at the weigh-in and looked him in the eye to do a face-off, all of a sudden came up with $1 million.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. It turned out that he said he wasn't mentally ready to fight. And this is 24 hours before the fight. This is the weigh-in.
Oh, I love that story. And then we have a little surprise for him. Who's that? There you are.
Evander Holyfield.
I got that from a close source of yours. Sent me that and said, put that up on screen. That's your hero, right? That's one of your heroes.
That's one of the guys that I've never had a problem actually studying or taking the time, because, you know, I'm a boxer. I like to fight. I love it and all. I just have a hard time having to sit down and study other fighters. The only one guy that I feel that I can actually study and not get tired is Holyfield. So meeting Holyfield, what was that, about a week ago?
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Was something close to like a dream come true. That's my Santa Claus.
What'd you say to
know?
him? What'd you say to him?
You know, I just basically expressed to him how I was 13 and I was coming up on my career and how I've always studied him and how I came down with the loss. And I was just talking to him how great it would be for him to be a part of our team. And he gave him the card, and we're going to hope to hear from him soon. And
hey, Evander Holyfield, if you're watching this morning, be part of this team. I'll be part of the team too. Hey, I can have a little role. What can I, well, Sean, what can I do?
A public relations guy.
yeah, we got it.
It's a great story to when we met Holyfield. We had the Team Santos hats. We have a few for you guys. Yeah. Alexis gave him one, and he actually ended up putting it on and wore it the entire night. When he sat down at ringside, he took it off. You know, he's from Atlanta, kind of like a Southern gentleman. He put the hat down, and then when he got up and he walked off, they had a big security guard with him. He popped it back on, and that's when I gave him my card. And I was like, Alexi, look, he's got the hat on.
That's awesome.
So that's his idol, and for one night, if one night only, he was a member of Team Santos.
That's right, absolutely. That's a good way of looking at it, right? What's next? Now, you're recovering from this. Is this a long recovery?
That's our opponent.
That's your opponent,
Recovery.
right?
Yeah.
How long before did the doctors say this is back?
You're going to have, when's your next?
Well, I'm going in on Tuesday to go in for my, my second evaluation, but I have an appointment set for Friday to go into surgery.
After the evaluation.
I feel that the sooner the better. I want to get back into recovery, and I want to be able to I don't know, face this, you know, and try to get better as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But we want him back 100%. That's why I don't want to put a date. He's 24 years old, so, you know, we don't ever fight against time. The only fight is getting this leg back to 100%, because I've heard the only thing I hear about athletes, today, you know, with modern, you know, sports medicine, this is not a career ender. The only problem is guys that try to come back too fast.
Right. Now, what do you guys train in Lawrence?
We train at Intense, 978 Boxing, in the Lawrence Boxing Club.
I want to give them a little shout out to them, too.
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely. Anybody else that you want to give a shout out to? I mean, now that we got you here in Channel 7?
Well, I'd definitely like to give thanks to all those people that supported me, Man Orchard, Cedars. I've had a list of people that have always stayed behind me, supported me, and have helped me with all my equipment and everything. So big thanks to them. I can't name everybody off the top, but they know who they are. I appreciate
have a party
them.
with
DJ Bless.
DJ Bless, yeah.
Our
His brother.
co-manager, Jimmy Juga, who's an attorney and back our way, wasn't able to make it in. He's been greatly helpful.
All right. Well, listen, congratulations. I mean, I know it's going to be a tough road, but you're going to do it, and we'll have you back when you're a champ. How's that?
You bet.
All right,
Appreciate it.
definitely. He'll be back. All right.